Hey Radical fans, today's topic for the Radical Rundown is shooting spares and spare combinations. Interestingly enough, straighter is greater in most cases, even when shooting spares, but the most important thing to remember is it's not a spare ball unless it actually makes spares. If it doesn't make spares, it's just simply an extra ball. So when people say, I take out my spare ball to shoot it, did it make the spare? Has it been making the spares? That's the key. But let's talk a little bit about some of the combinations that are probably more of the ones you see mostly. One is a 3-6-10. I hate that spare. A lot of people shoot it different ways. I use my strike ball and I hook into it. A lot of people throw hard and straight at the front too, and hopefully they get the other one. If you watch bowling on TV a lot, you see many times the 10-pin will stand. And that's a tough one. I used to adjust off my strike ball to shoot that. And that's a game you have to play on your own, practicing, because you don't know how many dry boards there are outside of 10 and how deep you're playing inside with your strike ball. But I use my strike ball on that spare. For the 3-9 for the righties, I hook into that as well. And I simply adjust off my strike ball when I shoot that spare the same way. I'll move a few boards left. For the righties, it'd be a 2-8. For the lefties, a 3-9. And I'll just move 5 boards left with my strike ball and shoot that spare. Or you guys can move 5 boards right. The bucket, or as we used to call it, 3-piece and a biscuit. It's the 3-5-9, 3-5-6-9. And again, I shoot that the same way I would shoot the 3-9. I move off my strike ball. I move a couple of boards left, throw it to the dry, let it hook at it. You know. Now the other school of thought is throw everything straight using a polyester ball or a non-hooking ball and throw it hard and straight, depending on the type of bowler you are and maybe from what bowling era you're from or your chain of thought. A lot of people switch and use a spare ball for every spare. You know, I'm old school when it comes to that, and I line up off my strike ball whenever I shoot all my spares. There are many combinations. And again, shooting, I'll give you an example. Shooting the 3-5-6 for me and shooting the washout is about the same. So if I'm shooting the 1-3-7, I will probably hook at it like I was shooting the bucket. And that's how I try to convert that spare. But other than that, when I shoot the 10-pin or the 7-pin in my case, you know, I'd take a polyester ball and throw straight at it. I don't give it up at all. And again, you know, my spare ball isn't always a spare ball when it comes to that. But, you know, that's just the way it is. You have to practice your spares, practice your combinations. So another combination, the 6-10 or for me the 4-7, and I use my polyester ball, my spare ball for that combination as well. And I play it off the 7-pin. You know, I have a little more room. You want to try to hit that front pin a little bit on the left side, or for the righties, a little bit on the right side of the 6-pin. But again, that's another ball what I use my spare ball for. So basically, I only use my spare ball for the 10, for me, for the 7-pin and the 4-7, and I use my strike ball on all of the combinations on the lane. And that's today's Radical Rundown. We'll put some comments below, and we'll talk to you next week.